Hi, I'm Virginia. I've been a medical writer and content creator since 2020 and a UK registered pharmacist since 2014. So in this video, we're going to answer the question, is LinkedIn Premium worth it for medical writers? Now, why am I making this video? Because LinkedIn over the years has started to remove certain features and place them into a LinkedIn Premium subscription instead. Now, there are some ways that you can get around this and still make LinkedIn, the free version, work for you as a medical writer. And I'll go through some tips on how to do that. And there are ways where you just can't get over it and you might want to consider getting a LinkedIn Premium subscription. However, LinkedIn does offer a free 30-day trial of LinkedIn Premium. And before you go for that, make sure that you do everything you can to make sure that your LinkedIn profile is beautiful and a great representation of you before you switch that LinkedIn Premium on. Because once you have access to these features, it can really help you get into medical writing in terms of finding a job or finding a client. So let's get started. So the first thing I'm going to share with you is where to find the LinkedIn Premium button. And this is usually going to be in the top right-hand corner of your LinkedIn page. And so it will say something like try LinkedIn Premium for $0 or €0. And then it's going to ask you some questions about why you want to use LinkedIn Premium. So I would say as a medical writer, it's for your personal goals. If you're a recruiter, you'd probably select for my job. And so that's the other thing. If you are a person who is signing up to LinkedIn Premium, you should know that the main users of LinkedIn Premium are actually recruiters and also salespeople. And traditionally, these are the people who would buy LinkedIn Premium and nobody else would buy it. So everybody was just happy with the free version because they wanted more people on LinkedIn. And so you would fill out your profile and then recruiters would be able to find you and either fill you in on a job that you might be interested in. And then also salespeople would find people that they want to sell their product to. And so LinkedIn Premium was quite expensive, but now they've made it cheaper because they want more people to subscribe. So premium subscribers get up to 11 times more profile views. And so you should select what you need help with. And so I would say stand out and land the right job. You might want to stay competitive and advance in your career, but you haven't quite got there yet if you're a beginner medical writer. So then this might be something that you choose later. You might want to expand your network, business, or visibility as well. So more people can see you and you can see more people. And then you might want to find and reach new leads. So these are potential people that you could work with as a medical writer. And if you're a recruiter, you'd select this one. So hire the right people. Then you want to think about what's your biggest challenge in your job hunt. So it's probably standing out against other applicants because medical writing can be competitive. Maybe landing an interview, knowing which companies are hiring, perfecting your resume and cover letter, and then knowing who is interested in your profile. So previously, LinkedIn would allow you to see every single person that was interested in your profile. And so that gave you an opportunity to connect with them and maybe send them a message. But now they've hidden some of the people that view your profile, which means that you can no longer figure out who they are and you can't connect with them. So if you have a LinkedIn Premium, then you can see them and that gives you the opportunity to connect and maybe do something together. So what are your biggest barriers to networking right now? So LinkedIn is the place to be if you want to network with people, apart from in-person events, of course. So contacting members outside of your network, finding the right contacts, knowing who's interested in your profile, maybe staying informed on key trends to ace outreach. So if you're reaching out to people to ask if they're interested in something, then you might want to stay on top of trends. Maybe you know the latest medicines that have been approved, or maybe you know regulations that have changed in medical writing, or maybe there's a new health condition that's been discovered and people are going to need medical writers to write about it and things like that. So also confidently connecting with new people. So it's a nice thing to do if you actually read someone's LinkedIn profile before you reach out to them, because then you can find a common point of interest, or maybe you can find out what they're actually looking for. So maybe they've posted recently saying, oh, we're doing this new project and we're looking for writers. And then you can say, oh, I've seen your post about this. I'm just reaching out to let you know that I'm interested in working with you on that project. So I just want to talk about the first one, which is contacting members outside my network. So back in 2020, I had access to the super version of LinkedIn Premium, which was Sales Navigator. So this allowed me to search the whole of LinkedIn, so all 800 million members at the time. And I was able to search using keywords, and then I could message anyone that I wanted. We had like 100 credits for the whole month, per month. And when I had access to this, LinkedIn basically said that they limit your network on purpose because they want you to actually try and connect with as many people in your specific space that you're interested in as possible. So if you're a medical writer, I definitely recommend connecting with other medical writers, because then you will have access and more exposure to their network. And that means the people that they are connected with, the people that they are following. So now there are followers on LinkedIn as well as connections. And connections means that you can actually message the person directly. And if you're following a person, you can't message them without like an in-mail credit. And we'll talk about that in a second. So you're obviously going to be exploring premium for yourself if you're a medical writer. If you are an agency, then you might be doing it for your team. So these are the 4 options that you get. So this is the Sales Navigator thing that I had access to as an employee for a year. And unfortunately, during that year, I was made redundant. So then I was able to use the in-mail credits to help me connect with people to find another job, and ultimately ended up becoming a freelancer. And this is way back in 2023. So I've been a freelancer since. And there are features on that which are really useful, but let's just park that for a second and start with the first option that you might be interested in, which is the cheapest one and probably the most accessible, and that's the career option. So this means that you can see jobs where you'll be a top applicant based on your skills. You can also boost your chances of hearing back by marking your top choice jobs as well. So this is really if you're really looking for a medical writing job. And this is why I recommend that you get the 30-day free trial after you have really done up your LinkedIn profile properly, because once you start applying for jobs, you can link your LinkedIn profile to that job application, and then that gives you a higher chance of actually getting that job because you've done the work by representing yourself on your LinkedIn profile. And then you can also get 5 in-mail credits. So an in-mail credit is when you're allowed to message someone and you don't need to be connected to them. So you don't even need to follow them. So you can just send them a message. It's kind of like emailing them, but there's no guarantee that they're actually going to get that LinkedIn message in their inbox, because they need to open it to read it, right? And some people don't check their LinkedIn that often. So the way to get around this is I would recommend that you have an email address which is separate to your personal email. So an email that you only use for people essentially inbound. So people trying to contact you and get into your inbox. And so they'll go to your LinkedIn profile, and there are 2 places I recommend you put your email address. That is in the headline underneath your name on your LinkedIn profile, and then also in the first 4 lines of your about section on your LinkedIn profile. So make your email visible and make it easy to contact you, and have a separate email address, because otherwise you're likely to get spam. So you'll probably get people who are scraping emails from LinkedIn, and they're just sending you essentially adverts and marketing that you don't need. So if you click learn more, it does tell you the price. So this would be $29.49 if you were to pay monthly, or it would be $14.74 if you were going to pay per month, but for 12 months in total. So be billed annually. So it's like a 50% saving if you were going to pay annually. So rather than pay for 6 months, you can get 12 months for the same price as 6 months. And I also would say that if you just want to use LinkedIn Premium for a few months to help you find work, then use the 30-day free trial, and then maybe just have the subscription for 2 or 3 months after that. So then you've got a 4-month block to actually find work properly. But if you think it's going to take you longer than 6 months to find a job, then that's when you might want to consider just getting the annual subscription. So you're paying 6 months worth, but actually it's 12 months that you can use it. So you also get some free trial of like YouTube Premium, Headspace, and Notion, and it's not really worth it, to be honest with you, just to get those free trials. And so these are the main features that we've just been through. So top applicant jobs, top choice jobs, and then also 5 emails per month. And then other features are having an open profile. So this means that new leads can contact you for new opportunities. So instead of you having an email credit so that you can message someone else, you get a limited number of message credits where someone can go to your profile and they can message you without having to connect with you. And so I would say probably switch that off in the beginning, because it means that everyone who lands on your profile is going to want to message you, and then you're going to run out of those. I think you get like 10 or 12 of them per month. So you could run out of those quite quickly. So I tend to switch that off. I haven't found that people who message me through that ever lead to any work, but I don't know, the experience might be different for you. So try it out, see what happens. I'd love to know. Comment if you do try it. And you can also see who's viewed your profile from the last 365 days. And then again, you want to make sure that you connect with those people and see why they were interested in you and looking at your profile. You also get full access to interview preparation tools. So this is something like an AI bot that you can like chat with. And also there's like some free courses as well that you might get access to. And then you've got find the right people and jobs with advanced search filters, which is pretty cool because you can see where you're going to be a top applicant. You also get certificates of completion on your profile as well from things like Microsoft, Zendesk, Twilio, and more. And these are quite useful to have, but only if you're kind of more in the technology space where you need to know those kind of hard skills. I'd recommend you put certificates on your profile anyway. So if you've done the medical writing skills for beginners course, then I do have a video on LinkedIn where I show you how to actually put your certificate on your profile. So you don't really need LinkedIn Premium to do this, but they have specific kind of questionnaires that you can fill out to prove that you know certain skills, and then they give you a certificate for your profile. You also get access to company insights. So when you go on a LinkedIn business page, then you can have a look at if they're hiring. So if you can see a graph, then usually you'll see that it will trend upwards if they've been hiring quite a lot recently. So which means that they're doing well in business and they might be interested in hiring you. And again, you get access to the LinkedIn courses as well. And then there are some frequently asked questions here as well. So you can cancel your subscription at any time if you get the monthly option. And if you get the annual option, then you just cancel 7 days before I think you're due to be billed, or is it 30 days? Don't quote me on that. So double check that. With the next plan, you essentially get everything that you did in the career option, and it gives you this extra thing, which is the services showcased. So this means that you can include a section called services on your profile. Now, on the free version of LinkedIn, you can include this services section already, but that means that people are going to send you inquiries for your services, and then you can't actually click on them and respond to them unless you subscribe to LinkedIn Premium, which I think is really cheeky. So if you do pay for LinkedIn Premium, then people can send you those messages and then you can actually reply to them because you've got the premium subscription. So if you want to show the services section on your free LinkedIn profile, then again, I recommend just putting your email address so people can contact you through that rather than send you a message on LinkedIn, which you can't respond to, because you can't even click the profile page to go and see who that person is, which I think is really frustrating. So yeah, that would be the only extra thing that you get on the kind of upgrade. And this is twice the price as the previous one. And so you get more email credits as well. I think you get 15. Yeah, here we go. You get 15 emails per month. And you also get unlimited people browsing as well. So you can view member profiles outside of your network. So this is beyond the people that you are directly connected with or who follow you. Then the next step up is all-in-one. So this one is more for like business people. So if you have a product to sell or you're working for a company, then usually they would probably give you access to this one, the all-in-one, which again is double the price as the previous tier. And you get flexible spending on your credits, which means that you can boost certain posts and job promotions. And then you've also got an AI profile writing assistant, and you've got AI other tools as well, but I'm pretty sure that you can use AI in other places. You don't need the LinkedIn AI specifically. And then Sales Navigator, again, is more expensive and you just get more stuff. Basically, it just starts to become an increase in mails and that kind of stuff. You can also save leads as well. But yeah, I would say that LinkedIn Premium is probably worth it as a medical writer, but I would say the most important thing is that you actually have your LinkedIn profile ready for someone to view, so then they can reach out to you, maybe through credit, through an open profile, when you do get your LinkedIn Premium 30-day trial, or you're able to send them an email as well. So I just wanted to share my profile to show you what I kind of have used for my LinkedIn Premium and some of the things that I really like, which weren't very clear from that kind of situation that I just shared on screen. So on here, you can see that I've got the LinkedIn Premium badge, and then I've also got this button, which is visit my website. And usually, well, in the past, you were able to have a link underneath your headline, which was completely free, but they've now removed that feature. So if you actually want to have a link that people can click on, you have to pay a premium subscription so people can click to visit your website. And so when I click visit website, it actually goes to my link tree. So I've got a collection of things that people can click on, like my website, my LinkedIn. There's also a little email symbol here if people want to email me. And then it's got the free group, the course, the International Medical Writers Association, Medical Writing Magazine as well. So yeah, medical writing courses and medical writing networking group, essentially. And so that's something that I find really valuable because I really want people to click to visit my website. So again, you could just copy and paste your website into your headline over here. And again, I recommend that you put your email address in there. And I've also put my links to my website here and also my email address in the very top 4 lines of my LinkedIn about section as well. And then another premium feature that I really like is being able to feature some of the recommendations that I've received from the WHO and Bristol University, and then also the UKHSA. And I've got other things featured here as well, but you don't need a premium subscription to feature anything, but you do need to have a premium subscription to feature any recommendations. And so the other thing I like is that on my posts, so whenever I post something, you get a little blue clickable link which says visit my website as well. So that's really important to me because I post quite often. And so when people view my post, they don't need to go and visit my profile and then visit my website. They can just click visit my website on the post itself. And I think that's really helpful as well, because it means that it's just reducing barriers to people reaching out to me. And so just to show you the jobs feature, if you are curious, over here, this is what it looks like. So it says jobs where you're more likely to hear back. And so it's giving me kind of a breakdown of stuff that I might be interested in. So medical healthcare expert, remote, scientific grant writer, part-time remote, then also medical copywriter as well. And then there's more jobs for you over here. So it's like LinkedIn has curated a list of things where it thinks I'm going to be more successful, which can be really helpful, especially when you're not sure kind of what's out there. And if I click on, let's say if I click on this one, then it will kind of give me a breakdown of how I compare to other applicants as part of the premium feature as well. And then it gives me some exclusive job seeker insights about Indegene. And so it'll tell me company focus areas, hiring and headcount. So this is the graph that I was talking about, where I can see that over the past, I think, couple of years, so this is a graph from 2024 to 2026, it's gone from 5,753 to 6,359. So that is quite a lot of new people, about 600 people that they have employed in the past 2 years. So if there's a trend of going upwards, then it means that you're probably needed in that area, and business is good. So I always have a little bit of a kind of apprehension to applying to startups, because I know that they are usually hiring because they are trying to build the business. But then also, if they don't plan what they're doing very well, then you can end up being made redundant. And so that's actually what happened to me previously as a senior medical writer in a startup. And so I would say that's a pretty useful tool. I've also got an AI-powered job assessment, so it can tailor my resume, create a cover letter for me. It can help me stand out with that kind of feature. And I think these are all kind of really useful little bits and bobs. If I find the person who is hiring or who has posted the job, then I can click on that as well. If I go to a company page, so this is this company's LinkedIn page, and I scroll to the bottom, then again, it gives me premium insights into this company. And so shows me, there's been some growth in this company. It also talks about, employee distribution and headcount growth by function. So if you notice that maybe they haven't got a big team in terms of like medical writing, then maybe there's an opportunity there for you. So you can use those insights to try and apply for work with them. And so if I just have a look at people, I'm just going to pick a random person. Okay, let's click on this lady. So I can send her a message through an in-mail credit. So here it says use one of 14 in-mail credits for the month. So it means I've already used one this month. And so here I can write a message, and there is no real limit to how long my message can be as far as I know. And I can also use AI to write something as well. So I can just click introduce yourself. But I don't really recommend doing this without reading their profile, because you want to know if you're going to use that in-mail credit efficiently. So read their profile. If you do draft something, then double check that it's actually correct by checking with their profile, and do that before you send it, before you use up one of your precious in-mail credits. So I hope you found this video helpful, and it's given you some insights into what LinkedIn Premium is and whether or not it's right for you. And if you want me to have a look at your LinkedIn profile, then check out the LinkedIn course down below, where I talk through what you should include on your LinkedIn profile as a medical writer. And then once you complete your LinkedIn profile, I'll have a look at it and give you some feedback. And you can also have a go at writing 3 LinkedIn posts, which I'll also review and give you feedback on as well, so you're ready to post them on LinkedIn. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.